This dog is the most disobedient dog on the sled team. His presence slowed the entire group down. He would sometimes lose focus and wander off the path. His massive size dragged the whole group downhill. Even his master was helpless. Over time, Buck got used to this life, although he still caused trouble sometimes. One day, the lead dog disappeared. George searched for Spitz for a long time but couldn't find him. Time was running out, so he had no time to waste. So he had to let the experienced soul take over temporarily. But then Buck positioned himself at the front of the group. At George's command, Buck stood still, demanding the lead. So Buck just sat there motionless, and George dragged Buck back to his original position. But Soul, looking back, saw Buck's anger and didn't dare to take over. No matter what George did, Soul didn't dare to disobey Buck, because yesterday, Buck had defeated Spitz, becoming the new leader of the pack and freeing them. George had no idea about any of this. With no other option, George agreed to let Buck take the lead. With all the dogs watching, Buck, like a leader, completed the final step of his coronation. From that moment on, he took responsibility for the entire sled team. Although George was suspicious of Buck, his prejudices would soon be shattered. This unprecedented speed thrilled George, but his shout triggered an avalanche. It happened without warning. With years of experience, George ordered Buck to get away from the avalanche at top speed. In the critical moment, Buck decided to trust his intuition and disobeyed George's orders without hesitation. He led the team toward the avalanche. From now on, everyone's fate was in Buck's hands. When the avalanche got closer, they took refuge in a cave. Buck's determination helped them escape danger. They even reached the town before sunset. From then on, they always returned safe and sound and delivered the mail on time. Until one day, an old man stopped them. He wanted to send a letter to his son, but it took him a long time to write it, and he was running out of time. George was about to refuse, but Buck accepted the letter. The old man expressed his gratitude. As spring turned to winter, George received a letter. His sled team had been disbanded. George was forced to sell his dogs. The telegraph was about to be installed in the area, making the traditional mail service obsolete. One day, a wealthy man took a liking to Buck and bought all the dogs, but the chronic malnutrition had left them unable to carry the heavy luggage. Just as the man was about to punish Buck, the old man intervened. With his help, Buck escaped punishment, but the following days were not easy at all. With long workdays and little food, the wealthy man continuously exploited the added value of the dogs, but Buck understood the situation better than anyone, until he, too, collapsed on the ground. This enraged the wealthy man, who took out his gun and decided to take Buck's life. Fortunately, the old man showed up in time again, as he was always worried about Buck. Faced with the threats from three sides, the wealthy man decided to spare Buck's life and left with the remaining dogs. The old man left with the dying Buck.